So, as I'm sure many of you know, Minecraft 1.20 came out a few days ago, and with that update came the inclusion of the Cherry Grove biome, which is super exciting. The cherry trees look super cute. So to celebrate the release of the Minecraft Cherry Grove biome, I'm pretty sure that's what it's called, even though it is a mouthful, I wanted to rank all of the flowers that are in Minecraft. So we're gonna do that today. So I made up this tier list here in Tier Maker that has all of the Minecraft flowers. I'm gonna change some of these up a little bit. All right, so we'll leave S tier as S tier. A tier can be great, good, decent, trash, and then absolute garbage. Because I'm sure we have like 1 or 2 flowers in here that are just absolute garbage. Also, before we begin, I am obsessed with real life flowers, so I will be kind of talking about and comparing some of the plants to their real life counterparts and how well these flowers live up to their real life counterparts. Before I went down the career path that I currently am going down, I kind of wanted to become a botanist. It was one of the many things that I wanted to do, because I'm kind of a jack of all trades, master of none. But man, I frickin' love plants. That is one thing that I am passionate about. We are going to start off with the allium. The allium in Minecraft is very close to its real life counterpart. They do look like this. It's literally just a big ball of purple. I am going to say the allium gets to go in S tier because I love the purple color that it is. It looks really good in potted plants. It looks very similar to its real life counterpart. The next flower that we have is the Azure Bluet. I think that's how you say it. Hey guys, it's Mayhem from the future. You actually pronounce it Azure Bluet. It almost sounds like I sure blew it. I have actually never seen I've never seen this flower in real life before. I have no idea what it looks like. So this one, again, I might have to put this one in S tier. Have you seen, like, it looks so good as a decorative in like houses. It looks really good in pots, and it just is a really cute flower. I love that it's like a little cluster of flowers. You know what? The allium, it's gonna go in great. It's a great flower, but it does look awkward in the game because you just have this green stem and then this like big ball of purple. So it's just gonna go in great. For me, the Bluet goes in S tier, and I'm gonna include a real life picture of this. I'm gonna look it up. I've never seen it in real life though. Oh, the next flower. Whenever I come across blue orchids in Minecraft and they're in the swamp and they're in that like gross, nasty brownness, it doesn't look good to me. I think the blue, it's just too vibrant. There aren't blue orchids in real life, as far as I know. There's a lot of gorgeous colors, but the blue orchid, it doesn't do it for me. It's not a good looking flower in Minecraft. It doesn't translate well over to Minecraft. Like, I don't know. Something about that blue, it's unnatural. Actually, it's not unnatural. That's kind of the color of the sky. So this is gonna go... Do I put it in trash? Do I be that mean to the flower? Am I going to be that mean to it? I'm gonna be harsh. It's gonna go in trash. I'm sorry. I'm gonna be harsh. I'm gonna be an asshole. It's gonna go in trash. Sorry. I'm so sorry. Alright, so this is the block of the hour. The Sakura or cherry blossom. I forget what they're calling it in Minecraft. I know like some mods call it Sakura, because like originally cherry blossoms were like a modded only thing. It's gonna go in S tier. This is what inspired this whole tier list. It's beautiful. It's pink. There's just nothing else to say except for this is a beautiful block. This is a beautiful flower. All right, the next flower is the cornflower, I think. This one, I just don't care about it. It's just there. So it's just gonna go in good. Like, it's fine looking. It looks very similar to its real life counterpart. The next flower is very iconic. This is like one of the only flowers that has just stayed the same throughout the game pretty much, is the dandelion. You used to only have the rose, which used to look like what is now the poppy, and the dandelion, and that was all that you had back in the day. However, the dandelion does not have a lot of detail, and I feel like it could. Like, I feel like they could add, you know how dandelions, they go to seed, and they have those little fluffy, like, they're so soft, like, fluffy, it looks like a truffula tree, like the truffula trees from the Lorax. I think they could add some of that. Like, I think they could update this flower. So for the fact that it's not that detailed, and it doesn't look the greatest, like, it doesn't look as updated as some of the other flowers, it doesn't have the detail, I'm gonna just put it in decent. Like, it's an iconic flower, but it doesn't wow me. It's not doing it for me. The next is the azalea. Now, I love these as decorative blocks, but something about, like, the coloring of it, it looks very, like, dull. Like, they look very dull. I don't know if I think it varies from biome to biome, but I'm not, like, the biggest fan of the flowers. Like, with real life azaleas, the flowers are so vibrant, and there's a lot of different colors that azaleas come in, and I'm just not a fan of the magenta. But it is a favorite of mine to use as, like, a decorative block. It adds a bit of variety to the game with some of our plant life. So for the fact that it's unique and that it's doing something different, it's going to go in good. I just don't love the coloring of the flowers. I feel like it could be a more vibrant pink. The next flower is the lilac. This is very similar to its real life counterpart. I do like the coloring, that, like, magenta color that they went for with it. I don't really have any complaints about it. I wish it was a little bit more, like, bushier and fuller. Otherwise, it would probably go in S tier. But for now, it's just gonna go in great. Another flower that I'm just gonna say goes right in great is the lily of the valley. I love the detail on this flower. I love that it's similar to its real life counterpart, which, again, I will show. I love how it looks. It looks so whimsical, which the flower in real life looks very whimsical. So that one, it's gonna go in great. The orange tulip. I am not a huge fan of orange. I think that orange can be, like, I think paired with other colors, I think orange can look good. Like, I think orange looks good in the fall, but I'm not, like, a huge orange person. So it's just a tulip. I think it's just gonna go in good. So our next flower is the oxeye daisy. And with the oxeye daisy, I wish they went more of the route that they went with the azure bluet, and I wish they made it multiple flowers instead of just this one singular flower, because daisies in real life, they're a bunch of, like, little small flowers, and I think that would have looked really cute if it was a couple of little small flowers. Another thing that I don't like is that the oxeye daisy is about the same size as your allium. And alliums are supposed to be these big round flowers, and daisies are, like, just little, they're just little white flowers. So I think that this one, it's gonna go in decent. And it doesn't have that, like, daisy shape to me. It just kind of looks like a yellow blob inside of a white blob. Like, it doesn't have that detail to me. Our next flower is the peony. Now, this looks nothing like real life peonies do. Hi guys, it's Mayhem from the future again. And now that I'm looking at real life peonies and comparing them to the Minecraft peony, I probably would have rated this a little bit lower now looking at it, because real life peonies are so soft and fluffy, and that did not translate over to the game. and I really wish that they looked more like they do in real life, but I do understand it's probably really hard to translate the flower over to the game. But they just look so fluffy and pretty. I think it's just gonna go in decent. No, it's gonna go in good. I do like the coloring of it. I like that light pastel kind of pink purple color. The leaves are what, like the leaves behind it, the way that they look, they're the reason it doesn't go in great or S tier. And the fact, should I put it in decent? I don't know. I don't love how dark green the leaves are behind it. I think for that, it's gonna go in decent. I'm gonna be very, as I said, I'm going to be harsh and critical with these flowers today. No offense to anybody that designed the flowers, of course. I think that they did a good job, and it's hard translating real life flowers into pixel art like this, and they did do a very good job with it. These are just my personal opinions from like an artistic point of view, if even that. Okay, so the pink tulip going in S tier. As you can see, I have like a bias towards pink. You know what? This is gonna go in good. It's gonna go in good. I have a bias towards pink and purple flowers. So the next flower is another, it used to be the rose, now it's the poppy. It's had a lot going on. They changed it. I really wish that with this flower, if it is supposed to be a poppy, they did the iconic black center. I think that would have looked really, really good. It would have really made it pop more, and really, it would have made it more so look like a poppy. So our next flower is the red tulip. I'm going to put this in good. Actually, I'm going to put it in great. Because when I think of tulips, I think of a bouquet of red tulips. And I think that this is a really cute flower. I think that it translated well to the game. I think all the tulips translated well to the game. I just particularly like this red tulip. So the rose bush. It's a very, very tall rose bush. I'm going to put it in great. The reason it doesn't go in S is because when I think of rose bushes in real life, I think of big, like, round, bushy rose bushes. And with this, it just kind of goes straight up in the air. And I think that in building, that can look really good if you put that, like, around your house. Like, it can kind of look like vines growing up, like rose vines growing up the side of the house. I just wish it was, like, a little bit rounder. Like, I wish she was a little bit chunkier, had a little bit more chunk, but it's still a great flower. Obviously it goes in great, so it's still a great flower. So roses gonna go in great. Our next flower is the spore flower, and can I just say, I'm just gonna start it off with saying I hate this flower. Like, I'm not even going to sugarcoat it. I hate this flower. It's gonna go in absolute garbage. It's a personal opinion. It's personal with this flower. I have personal beef with this flower. I just personally don't like it. I don't like that shade of pink that that they used for it. I don't like the shape of it. I also don't like the fact that it doesn't do anything. With the spore flower, it produces all of these spores, right? And they fly around everywhere. And they're like this gross green color. Like, it looks like nasty pollen, like the pollen that covers your entire car when it's springtime, like that gross pollen. Like, that's what that looks like. And when I think of spores and pollen, all of that stuff, I think of getting sick. Like, I think of like, oh, you don't want to breathe in the spores of this mushroom. So I would love to see the spore flower give you an actual status effect, like something like poison or weakness or blindness, like something, like if you are around those spores and hypothetically breathing in those spores. I know your Minecraft character doesn't breathe. I would like to see I would like to see you actually get sick from it. I would like to see you get sick from it. So I'm just gonna put it in absolute garbage. I think that's where it deserves to be. I'm sorry, like, I have personal beef with this flower. No offense to whoever designed it. I do think it adds a little bit. I will say one positive thing about it. It adds something interesting to caves. Like, that the fact that it's just like this big purple flower, like big pink, purple, whatever color you want to consider that flower, like up there, like it adds a little like pop. It adds a little bit of touch of color. So that is one good positive thing about it. It adds a little bit of color, adds a little bit of life. It is cool. The spores are kind of cool, but I'm being harsh today. So absolute garbage is where it goes. The sunflower. I think that they're really cool. I don't really have any thoughts on the sunflower. Like, I think it's cool that it follows the sun. I think that's a really nice touch in game. I don't know. I don't have a lot of thoughts or feelings on the sunflower. I think it's cool. It can go in just good. Like, there's nothing to really complain about other than I wish there was more detail, but again, translating real life flowers over to a pixel video game, it's hard, you know. So with our next flower, I actually had to just look it up because I have no idea like what this does. It's completely new to the game along with the cherry blossoms, but this is actually what you use to breed the sniffers in Minecraft. This is the torch flower. Other than that, it doesn't really have any other uses except for being made into orange dye. I think it's a very cool and tropical looking plant. Because I don't have a personal attachment to this flower, it's just gonna go in good. Like, I don't have any hate towards it. It looks like a bird of paradise, which are really, really cool plants in real life. I wish that they were able to grow in the zone that I'm in. So yeah, that one is just gonna go in good. Our next flower is the white tulip, which doesn't have as much pizzazz as the other tulips. Like, it doesn't have that color. I'm just gonna put it in decent. Like, it's not wowing me. It's just gonna go in decent with the rest of these flowers. So our last flower is the wither rose, which she is a favorite of mine. So going right into S tier. This flower, she is a goth girl. You cannot look at this flower and tell me she is not a goth girl. She is stunning. She's the moment. She's everything. She's everything I want to be. She's everything that I will never be. She's everything that we all want to be inside. This flower, it gives you the wither effect. She's looking to fight. She can also be made into black dye. Black like my soul, like my heart. So yeah, the wither rose gets to go in S tier. I think that this S tier is a perfect like culmination of everything that is me, the pink and the black. And then you have these like frilly little flowers. I don't know. That's like my whole aesthetic. That's very pastel goth. So yeah, this is my tier list for all of the Minecraft flowers. I might have missed one or two. I don't think I did. But yeah, again, I would like to state whoever designed these flowers, you did a wonderful job translating them to the game. I can imagine that it's not really very easy to take a real life flower and put it into a little pixel game and have to make it this tiny little pixel art. I hope you guys all have an awesome rest of your day. And if you liked the video, make sure you like and subscribe and share it with your friends.